Someone should start the legal process for reparations. I don't have an issue with that. Why would I argue against that? Sorry?
Yeah, why can't
well, because I haven't suffered, have I?
Oh, so you have to suffer.
I haven't suffered.
That's how you know the mentality. This is what I'm saying about the mentality.
My buddy, my bro, what's up? My brother from another mother.
It never happened to me.
The only reason you're putting forward an argument for reparations is you believe that you suffered because of colonization. We Irish were colonized.
They were.
We Irish were colonized.
Treated pretty badly.
Right, right. But we've done okay.
None. Ireland has no reparations.
Yes, we have. Have you been to Ireland?
It's doing pretty well.
There's a pub in every corner. There's a pub in every corner.
I know Irish guys that will still tell you this country owes them shit.
Well, yeah, but that's a tiny number. Tiny number.
But I think that's because they've got the white privilege to go off as well, though.
Yeah. White privilege.
Yes, no one knows if you're Irish.
We do have a white privilege. That's true. That's true. No, we all do. White, Russian, Irish, American. There's a white privilege.
It
shouldn't exist.
At least he says it.
And we
At least he said it.
It's the truth. It's the truth. And anyone, no one can
This
deny
guy's a
that.
liar.
No, you believe there's such a thing as a white privilege?
I think we need to look in more detail on that.
No. Hold on.
So let me give you an example.
Hey, I'm with you on this though. No, let me give you an example of white privilege. Let me give you an example of white privilege.
No, you brought up white Russians, my friend. Do you think all white Russians are rich?
No.
Have you heard about what's going on in Siberia? Have you heard of what's going on with Russians in Siberia? Go and look at right. These gentlemen here live in London. They have access to all kinds of things.
What I'm trying to say,
people who are white-skinned living in Siberia, they're living
white
under.
White people get shit on too. We all agree.
Right.
No,
okay. So what's your point about white privilege then?
The point is that it exists, and
right.
that a great
for
example.
some people, and I've given you an exception, which you don't want to accept.
No. That doesn't mean this doesn't exist either. They mean coexist. They coexist.
Right, they coexist.
And his only point is that, for instance, I'm walking down the street, he's walking down the street. People are going to judge him differently than they judge me.
By the way.
I am.
Right. Well, you know.
I don't have a right to talk.
No, you have a right to talk.
I know. I hear it all day.
But we know that you Americans have some very, very severe problems dealing with your past.
Well, we elected Barack Obama. We've elected Barack Obama.
Right.
Before England.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
England.
No. We like.
I would have voted for Barack Obama.
Obama would kick Trump's ass.
He was Irish, by the way.
Put that on lead. Trump's German.
Obama.
Obama was the first.
No, he wasn't. Who was?
Really? Who was the first one?
Hold on, I want to hear this.
Now you have to all go and find out who the first black
well,
of America was. It wasn't
Well,
Obama.
Thomas Jefferson had black children.
Thomas Booker. President Booker.
Listen, all I'm trying to say is, listen, we all gotta accept we're all from Kenya back in the day. Everyone needs to accept that.
Well, except Kenya.
We're all from Kenya.
Certain man are from the Caucasus Islands. Certain people came from the Caucasus Islands.
We're all from the Great Rift Valley of Kenya, and we all need to accept that.
What does that tell you about? There's no answer to the problems in the modern world by saying we're out of Africa.
No, it needs to break down the racial superiority that happens.
Oh, right.
Anyone who thinks they're racially superior needs to go back and say, no, we all had the same
But that comes
mother.
out of eugenics. That comes out of a perverted science, right,
of
recent origin, which was actually created. You can go and visit the house of the person, Galton, who lived in Kensington. Right, a deeply conservative person, a rich guy, never had to work, and he hated the fact that Darwin had this great idea, and he went off and invented this really perverted idea.
Well, we were having a conversation earlier, and I was trying to tell my buddies here that we need to fight along class lines, although I'm an elitist, I shouldn't be saying this, but rather than just dividing ourselves by race, because earlier someone made a statement that all banks were controlled by white supremacists. No, I'm pretty wealthy, so I can't be a...
Right, so why should we do this along class lines?
No, because I think it's wrong to divide people by race.
But are you listening?
He understands. As an elite, he knows.
I don't think it's right to
divide...
He knows what they're doing. No. I don't think that's right either. No, I agree. No, but and I think earlier we had a little debate because I was telling a guy who said that all banks are controlled by white supremacists. That's not going to build a coalition to help society when we divide each other by race. That was my point.
Yeah, but my thing is, yeah, one thing I'm gonna say,
but they all
one thing I'm
are
gonna say,
about rights.
one thing I'm gonna say, yeah,
Someone did say
one
that
thing I'm
about
gonna say,
Jews.
one thing I'm gonna say,
Yeah, that's what I
yeah,
told you.
is white people don't want to talk about race now when they've got all the resources, all the money, the power, the top.
There's one person watching this. What are you looking at?
One person.
By the way, the
Now
oil
we don't want to
industry,
talk about
the
race.
oil
Actually,
industry
now
is
there's
controlled by
There's
Arabs.
2 years ago. You should have said that 400 years ago.
I wasn't here.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what should have been said 400 years ago, that we didn't want to talk about race.
The oil industry is controlled by the
Too late.
Arabs. They
It's
turned
too
the
late.
oil off in the 70s.
I don't have a choice.
OPEC is an Arab organization.
Well, there's some
No,
white
no,
people who control
sorry.
the oil companies too.
Yeah, but
Rosneft-
OPEC,
Rosneft?
OPEC, the major oil producers, Arab controlled. Now, I've got nothing against the Arabs. They keep the oil flowing.
Venezuela?
They, you know, they're
Venezuela, Nigeria, Venezuela,
There's
Nigeria,
countries, but they're still owned by the
and
Americans.
Ibu, and that's Ibu
Americans
oil.
still be
That's
owning
Ibu
it.
oil.
Well,
The Ibu people
America
deserve.
produces most of
The
its oil.
Ibu.
Even the coltan in our phone.
Ibu. They say Ibu land where I come from in the U.S.
Ibu or Igbo?
Igbo.
Igbo. It's Igbo.
All right, fine. I'm
Not
mispronouncing
Ibu.
it. I'm sorry.
Igbo.
I'm sorry. Ibu, Husa,
I said it
Yoruba.
again.
All right, there you go.
Igbo. It's I-T-B-O.
Yoruba.
I-T-B-O.
Ibu. No, it looks like Igbo, but it's not Igbo.
No.
It's Ibu.
Igbo. No, you're making me say it wrong now. It's Igbo. Igbo.
But Nigeria is a great example of many tribes and religions living together in mostly peaceful environments.
In a totally corrupt state.
Well, true. But it's getting better. It's
The
getting better.
corruption.
It's getting better.
The Nigerian NGOs have written this time and time again. You get a big man comes into power and he fills his pockets. He fills Swiss bank accounts. Corruption
Yeah,
is
the current
off the
guy-
level
yeah.
in Nigeria.
Every African president that's done any evil that stayed there has been doing it via the Europeans.
Oh, come
Well,
on.
it sounds like an excuse.
Come on. We gotta
This
accept.
country's got a lot of influence. You're acting that. What you're saying, Great Britain and America doesn't have
nothing.
Hold up. Did Europeans make Good Luck Jonathan steal $20 billion from the Nigerian treasury? Did they? Did they make
I
him
don't
give money to
know.
his
They
siblings?
might
No,
have done it.
they
What?
didn't. No,
Did
that
he
was
steal
pure
the land or
greed.
did he steal money?
That was
And if he stole
money.
money, then it was
It was
Europeans.
pure greed. I'm just saying.
If he stole
no
land, then it might be his
No
shit.
one made Good Luck Jonathan do that. And in fact, a lot of
Why would you
Europeans.
steal money unless you're going to Europe?
lot
Where
of
are you
Euro-
going to spend the money?
No, but a lot of Europeans tried.
Spending it with Europeans. Get out of here, man. You're not spending this
A
money.
lot of
out
Europeans tried to stop that.
Europeans, man. That's European influence. He never stole an island. He didn't inhabit an island and take it over.
You have people who are non-Nigerians facilitating the movement of money, and a lot of that money comes through London because London, there's only 2 financial capitals in the world, and London is the most open one as in comparison to the other one, which is New York. So, you know,
Dubai's
Well,
growing
somebody's
up.
saying
I
here,
wonder why that is.
somebody's saying Nigerian was a
Recently-
creation of the West. Would you agree with that?
It was.
Nigerian was a
was.
creation
Well, it
of
was
the
a
West.
colonial.
It
It
was.
was a
And
colonial.
you know it was. That's why it's
That's
the
a fact.
richest
That's
fucking
a fact.
country in Africa.
That's why
No,
it should be.
It's rich because of its geography.
Yeah,
and,
whatever.
It's what's under the
We know it
soil.
was a European country, man. All of them want to be Europeans. We know this. Come on.
Listen, Ghana is the best country in Africa.
Egypt's the best. Ghana,
No.
We most of us are from Ghana anyway. So
Sorry, in Ghana, they
Less
have
corruption.
Shout out to all the Ghanaians.
In Ghana, can I
Less
bring up the
corruption.
subject of the young women being taken as house servants from neighbouring poor states? And this is a story which some Americans of African descent who have returned to Ghana have found this happening, where you basically have this system where young children are taken away from their families in neighbouring African states for long periods, and they basically work in fairly well-to-do
Well, it's rich
Ghanaian
because of
houses.
the shell raising oil from the desert. It says, Kay said,
Everything bad is European. It's not
found
African.
out from their father
What
what
we're
to do.
saying is that's a result of colonialism and no reparations. Reparations. The
Repairing.
root word of reparations is repair.
Put the invoice in
No, we're not about putting the
No,
invoice
it's
in.
not about money.
White people don't
Why
have
are we
the
going to give
moral-
you money back?
No,
Money?
listen, are you listening?
All that
Are
money
you listening?
back.
Are you listening?
Come on.
White people don't have the moral code to give us reparations. The only people
I
who
don't
give
have any
reparations.
money.
Are you
Yeah,
listening?
that's a problem. We're all
No,
broke.
No, are you
You're
listening?
elitist, shut up.
No one said that when the Germans got reparations for the Jews.
Your money out.
Yeah? No one said no, I didn't have no
The
money.
Germans didn't get reparations
No,
for
the
the Jews.
Jews gave
The Jews got
reparations
yeah,
to the
yeah.
Germans.
But with it,
Yeah.
and the reason they were able to do that is they had documentary evidence, and it happened in recent history.
It wasn't about the document.
That's right.
Your whole history is
Yes,
documentary
but you don't
evidence.
have the
What
document.
the fuck?
Right. So
All we
if
need
you're
is to go to
asking
the
me,
museum.
if you're
Is that what
asking
we
me,
need? You got
if
the
you're-
fucking stuff in the museum right now.
Right.
I could go and see
But
two
you don't have the
cartoons.
documentary evidence. If you did have that, then the legal
stolen
case
items
would have
right
been
now.
I've got to rob the museum
If
before
we
I
did
rob
have
it.
that,
So
then the
I've
law
got to
would
rob
be
your
changed.
museum and
I
risk
haven't got
myself
any
going
museums.
jail.
I haven't
I've
got any
got to rob
museums.
the British Museum
I haven't
and
got
risk
any
myself going
museums.
jail
I've got very
for
little
me to get the
property.
identification that you lot have stolen. And this is what I'm saying.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. The Jews got money back, not
only
by
reason- because they're
any
white.
means.
Shot, yeah.
No, because
white
it
and Britain
happened.
was backing
Oh,
them.
right, okay. So they got it because they're white. I don't think
get our
they
And
were
because Britain was
victims.
backing
Can we get our
them.
money, please?
Jews,
No, we don't want
the
to.
white
They haven't got
Jews-
enough to pay
Calm down.
back.
Let me say
Calm
one
down.
thing. Let me
Calm
say
down.
one thing.
Calm
The
down.
white Jews.
It's got nothing to do with
the
white.
white
It's got
Jews-
nothing to do with skin
no,
color.
no,
It's
it
got to
does.
do with the fact that they were
60 years ago.
It happened in recent history, and they kept the evidence of their
So it's got nothing to
persecution.
do with the fact that
Right.
Britain was backing them. It's got nothing to do with that. The
Backing
fact-
who, sir?
Britain backed the Jews, the Zionists. They offered them land.
Well,
They offered them
back in what
Palestine.
sense? I'm
Yeah,
not
Okay,
following
it's
this.
got nothing to
really.
do with the fact that Britain was supporting
Everyone was backing the Jews
Zionists.
except the Nazis.
Yeah.
No.
And we didn't bomb. We had. There were some. You know,
agreement.
there were some.
We're not getting into
There were some
Well,
railroad
but
lines.
IBM was backing the Nazis.
There were some
Listen,
railroad lines
yeah,
that the
but
U.S. could have bombed.
IBM is
and actually
an American company, it's not a
we
British
just did
company.
it at the time. So I wouldn't say we were
International
backing the
business
Zionists.
machines.
We should have been.
American
We should have been helping those people more. You know, really, we're involved.
No, but right
Yeah,
now,
well, I'll tell you
lot
an
have made
interesting
my
story.
life You've helped
Do you know
them
the
a
drink
lot.
called
I agree with
Fanta?
that.
They have
I
a-
agree with
they
that.
have a-
Right.
they pay a
I think the
big-
problem with
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
with the
That was
black
the
reparations is that it's
German
such a huge
version.
continent.
Exactly.
So
Coca-Cola.
many people.
You're well
know. It's
informed.
So many people.
Black.
It's hard.
This is the problem
Somebody
with black
saying that
reparations.
Israel was the
It's
creation
'cause
of
it's black.
Britain
Yes.
due to Balfour Agreement.
No.
What? The
Israel-
Balfour Agreement.
No, the
The
Balfour,
In 1948.
no, the Balfour Agreement was before 1948. The State of Israel was voted into existence by the United Nations after the war.
their agreement.
Right.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
The agreement was this, that in World War I there was an agreement made before
fun, man.
between
What year was that, sir?
Balfour-
What year was that?
Lord Balfour.
What year was that?
It was back
What
in
year was that?
Unfinished.
1918, around
1918.
Go on, say the thing.
Right.
I don't
And the
know,
State
you
of
gotta
Israel
look
came
up
into
the-
existence in 1948.
We know that. We know that. I don't disagree
Right.
that.
But the lady was asking about the creation of the State of Israel. It was
Yeah.
created by international law
Yes,
through
they
the United
passed,
Nations.
Holocaust
Right.
is
So
already
it's got
UN
nothing to do with the
Holocaust.
Balfour Agreement.
yeah, but they
But a
got
Holocaust,
passed.
a
The
Holocaust.
point is they
Why
got
about the
passed.
Holocaust been proven to be a hoax?
Holocaust.
The Holocaust. Whatever.
I don't
Proven
No,
to
you're
be a hoax.
mispronouncing it.
I know I do that all the time because of my tongue rolls differently.
No, you got to
I'm
go and
African.
Sorry, what about
study
the Holocaust?
Rothschild
It's
agreement
apparently,
between
somebody's
him
saying
and
the
Lord
Holocaust has
Balfour.
already been proven to be a hoax.
No,
What do you think about that?
You've got some very weird
Balfour
friends.
and Rothschild.
What do you
You
think
got to
about
study
that?
that.
Well, it's that's a ridiculous side of thing. To say it's completely well documented. In fact, there's more research going on because the Russian archives have now been opened up. And the sites are being dug. Steven Spielberg has funded a huge project to interview all the survivors and all their relatives and to produce complete family trees. There's no doubt that these people are not alive. Yeah, their family members are not alive. It's a disgusting lie to say it never happened. Is that a good answer?